Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jacob and this is my Jaguar XJR X308. I'm gonna show you how to take out the rear suspension, rear subframe, the lot. So first we are gonna start off by jacking up the car. I'm gonna use a floor jack and some jack stands. I'm gonna jack it up on the rear subframe. I don't recommend it because it's not the jacking point. The jacking points are right out here. And use that to jack the car up. And also remember to block the front wheels because it's a rear wheel drive car. It's going to be able to roll freely once you lift the rear wheels. So you want to block off the front wheels. You only need to do it in the front because it won't roll back. Remember that. Okay. So I'm going to show you where I jack up the car. I don't recommend doing it because it's not really the right thing to do, but I'm gonna show you why I jack it up if you want to jack it on the subframe. So I'm gonna be jacking it up right here, just behind the wishbones, and it's not really the right place to do it, as I showed you before, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So now that you have lifted up the car, it's nice and high, you can then get your jack stands. Then you get your jack stands, put them under the jacking point. Then you place it under the jacking point, just like that. And then you slowly, of course in both sides, then you slowly lower it, just so it settles onto the jack stands. You can just hear it creaking a little bit. I don't think you can, but I can. I like to leave the jack in just as an extra support, but it is on the subframe. We are taking the subframe out, so it's gonna have to go at some point, but for now we can leave it in. That's not a problem. Right now we have to take handbrake cable out, a drive shaft from the gearbox to the differential, and brake lines. That is what we have to do to be able to take it out from the car. So, on to the next point. So, the next thing is to take off the wheels. I have an impact gun to do that. If you don't, you might want to loosen them before putting the car up in the air. So once you have the wheel off, now I'm gonna take the brake caliper off, because that is you have to either disconnect the brake line and open the brake system, or you can just take off the caliper, because it is mounted right there in a clip. So if I just take the caliper off, easy peasy. We also need the ABS sensor, which, yeah, the ABS sensor, you can see it right here. You just need to unclip it, I think. Yeah, exactly. Just like that, and it's out. You have the ABS sensor in the wheel hub still, but the wiring is out, which means you can take the subframe out without anything going on. So I'm gonna take the caliper off, I'm gonna show you, but then we also need the handbrake cable. That is gonna be a bit more serious. I think we might be able to disconnect it underneath the car and then take the cable out as well, some of it at least. So I'm gonna get some tools and take off the caliper. Now that the brake caliper is off, I'm just gonna leave it there right now. Otherwise you wanna zip tie it up, so you don't want pressure on the brake lines for extended periods of time. So yeah, of course I have only done it to one side now. I'm gonna do the other side off camera. But it's just to show how you want to do it. Of course you need to do both sides. So we are now underneath the car. The handbrake cable is this thing. I'm just gonna take off the nut right here, because that leaves disconnect the handbrake cable from the car. So here you have the pop shaft. It doesn't matter if you take these bolts or these bolts, but I'm gonna take these, because then I can take this I can't remember what it's called, block out and expect it, but I don't need to loosen these unless I want to take it out. I don't think I want to, but that gives me the choice to do it once the subframe is down. So that is what you need to do down here. Disconnect that and that. You also need the car to be neutral, and you can do that because in one roll the rear wheels are already off the ground. But you needed to be able to turn the pop shaft. So once this metal thingy is off, you have the nut off, you take this off the cable, and that leaves just the cable. This I have just put the nut back on so that I don't lose it, and then you're just gonna leave it in here, and that leaves the pop shaft to deal with. So the bolts are now out, but the pop shaft, drive shaft, pop shaft is still in. But I think it's fine. When we lower the subframe, we'll find out. If it's not, then I'll take a look at it back then and I'll let you know. But yeah, for now it's fine. The bolts all came out fine, and yeah, we'll see. So once you have all this taken out, you have the pop shaft out, you have the handbrake cable, the calipers and the ABS cable. Then you're actually ready to take out the subframe, but you also need your strut loosened. course. You can either take out the bottom bolts, or you can take these ones out and get the strut out as well. I'm gonna take the strut out, so I'm gonna loosen it here in the top. They are pretty rusty, so I'm gonna start by cleaning them off with a wire brush. So I now have, you can barely see it, but you can see it right here. I have the bolts all out. One of them came out with a stud. You can see it, you can barely see it on here if the camera wants to focus. It doesn't want to, okay. But there is like a e-Torx pattern on it. You can grip onto it if you don't want the stud to come out. I did not care because it's just threaded in, so I can just thread it in again, but it's all out. Now I need to do the other side. And yeah, we're getting there. Sorry. So, when you have it all disconnected, you just actually need to lower the rear suspension subframe. But I'm gonna leave that in, like, I think it's called an A-frame. It's holding the rear of the subframe in. I'm gonna leave that in the car. I'm gonna show you, because it will hit the exhaust. I think I will attempt to take it out once the subframe is out, but for now I'm gonna leave it in. I'm gonna show you. You need to take that thing out, but the exhaust is right underneath, which means it's gonna hit once you take it out. So I'm gonna loosen it. I don't think you can see shit. I'm gonna loosen it right here, which means these ones stay in place and the subframe will drop out without hitting the exhaust. And then you have the front here. You have to take this bracket off, which is bolted in here, and you have to take a bolt out right under there. And then you can essentially lower the subframe down. So I'm gonna attempt to do that, and I'll update you. So I now have the mounts out. I have just left this bolt in, but it is all loose. It is resting on the jack stands. I have two under the middle. I have a piece of wood just to level it out, and yeah, I'm now gonna try and drop it. I don't think anything else is holding it in place. So as you can see on this side, the bush has gone away from the body, but if we look on this side, it has not. And if the bush ain't going away from the car. It is kind of rusted in place, so that might be a problem. I might just try and lower it a bit more and then try and pressure it a bit again, but that might be a problem. It is now loose in the other side, which is very good. Now the only thing I'm worried about is the pop shaft, which we will have to see when you lower it down. I did remove the bolts in these. It doesn't matter, you can leave them in, but I just did it to make sure it clears the diff. And also I want to take it down anyway, but you can see it's hitting the exhaust. It can't go lower than that. So I'm gonna try to lower it, and we will see.
turns out you have to take the exhaust off because if you can see the exhaust mount right there is mounted to the subframe, which means the exhaust comes out as well. And here you can clearly see the plug on top of the strut, which is for adaptive suspension. But as you have to take the exhaust off, you might as well, for the A-frame right here, take the top bolt out instead. I've taken both out now, so it's completely loose, but that's fine as well. And also make sure you don't catch the fuel lines on the left side of the car. So yeah. Here it is. It's all down on the ground. I have it on just a trolley on each side, and now I'm gonna remove the jacks and pull it out, I think, and then yeah, see what it's like.
So once you have it out, you can basically do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna take a look at the differential because I don't think it's doing too good. So I'm also gonna refurb the whole thing and take it apart, but that's gonna be a different video. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below and I will answer it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one where I'm gonna take the differential apart, see how it is inside, and hopefully find some good news. I don't think so, but stay tuned.